Next up at UFC Seattle, we have the co-main event of the evening. We have a rematch between Brendan Allen and Anthony Hernandez. Brendan Allen, 24-6 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off the streak snapping loss. There we go. I got there. To Nasruddin Imavov, and he's taking on Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Anthony Hernandez, 13-2 in his career, 5-0 in his last 5 on his own 6-fight win streak. I mentioned this is a rematch. The first fight happened all the way back in 2018. It was for the LFA title. I don't care. I don't care. If we're talking about a rematch from 2 years ago, it matters. If we're talking about a rematch from 7 years ago, I don't care. I do not care. Doesn't matter at all. Literally means nothing. Anthony Hernandez won that fight. In case you care, I don't care. I break it down fresh after 2, maybe 3 years. We got Brendan Allen, BJJ black belt, solid low kicks, solid takedowns, good striking overall. We've seen his evolution in the octagon. He showed up as a straight grappler. And when he fought Anthony Hernandez the first time, he was just a straight grappler. And now we've seen that evolution. He's added striking. He's much more comfortable striking, and now he can do all the things. He seems to have more confidence than ever in every single fight. We did just see him lose to Nasruddin Imavov, but that loss is aging pretty well. And right off the rip in that first round, he had a spectacular takedown. He's taking on Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Good grappler. He's averaging almost 7 takedowns per fight, and as we've said many, many times before, that means he has no control. He's got solid wrestling. He's got real entries. He's a BJJ black belt. And although he is willing to strike, he's not great at it. It's not really his path to victory. What is his path to victory, though, is just incredible cardio, incredible patience. And I've been quietly hating on this guy, even though he's just been grinding. 6-fight win streak. It all kicked off with that underdog win over Rodolfo Vieira. He's coming off that main event win over Michel Pereira, where he had landed 6 times the amount of strikes. 6 times the amount of strikes he landed, and 10 takedowns before finding the finish. And I mentioned I've been quietly hating on this guy. And maybe you don't want to call it hate because I actually have no issues with Fluffy. I think I've just been underestimating his skills and how good he actually is. That last fight, though, it's undeniable at this point. What he did to Michel Pereira, who was very clearly the better athlete, the harder hit, what he did to that guy and just kept coming, kept grinding, kept shooting, just did not stop. He broke that dude. There you go. Was that after that fight?
No, he was just walking around shirtless before the fight, sweaty and shit.
I don't know if it was a different event, Dumbass. You dickhead. Was that after the Michel Pereira fight?
Yeah, that's the fight I went to.
Oh, all right.
Couple of 2 good-looking dudes there, huh?
There you go, yeah. He's got a tiny little head. Anyway, he's good. You can't deny how good he is. He's got insane cardio. If it was 5 rounds, I'd be far more confident in Anthony Hernandez than 3. But I do think Anthony Hernandez wins this fight. I just, after seeing what he did in that last fight, it's just hard to continue to assume that he can't win fights. Because he's not very athletic. He doesn't hit very hard. He's not very fast. What you can admire about Anthony Hernandez is he's earned everything he has. That cardio he had to earn. Everything he's done. that's Mateusz Rebecki. And me
That's you, dumbass.
Yeah, me photoshopped onto Mateusz Rebecki. That's a great Photoshop. Anyway, I'm on the Hernandez side. I got to appreciate all the work he's put in and the record he's having. Jakey boy, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if you're Fluffy, I know that you have confidence in your grappling, in your wrestling, and you're probably just going to wear this guy down because, I don't know, I wouldn't really listen to you. But as you mentioned, Brendan Allen has shown kind of cardio type issues. I mean, that desperation in that fight was very surprising after the first round, and maybe he had excuses for it. Maybe it is what it is or whatever, but Fluffy, it doesn't matter what you do. Fluffy outworks anybody he can find. I would just worry, especially early. I know you're a good grappler and all this type of stuff. You don't want Brendan Allen on your back, right? I mean, you just, no matter what situation, no matter how high level, no matter how comfortable you are with somebody on your back, you've drilled it a million times, you just don't want to get in a situation where there's a weird scramble and you're giving up your back to Brendan Allen because he can sneak that fucking rear naked choke in fast. And when that thing is locked in, sometimes there's just fucking nothing you could really do about it. So I would just be careful with exposing my back. But if you're Fluffy, I think you just don't show any respect to the striking. You just get on this guy early. You just start grinding him, right? And if you're Brendan Allen, you know, I know that you're a proud guy and you probably want to come in with I'm going to wrestle the right, I'm going to show the world, I'm going to take Fluffy down, and maybe you're going to take him down early, but the guy is just, he doesn't fucking stop. He just doesn't fucking stop. If I'm Brendan Allen, I have not a single game plan in my world to offensive wrestle. I do everything I can to avoid any, I know that you are it doesn't matter. He's going to wear you out. Avoid all the wrestling. Fluffy doesn't have the best takedowns in the world. He doesn't have the greatest hands to set him up. So just fucking use whatever you got to do to get back to your feet, to get back to space, threaten a front choke, whatever you got to do. Don't fucking scramble this guy. Keep it on the feet. You know, it's a bigger octagon, so you're going to have more space, right? Circle around, try to outpoint this guy, you know, work the body. Obviously, Fluffy's had issues with the body in the past as well, but if this starts off with them scrambling around, it probably just going to look like the first fight, and Fluffy's just going to outwork this guy, and how he does time and time again. I said that, you know, he was my surprise pick for, everyone says he's the dark horse of the middleweight division. I mean, 13-2, you beat Brendan Allen. I mean, you're knocking on the door to where if there's something weird happening with the fight or whatever, they're going to call fucking Anthony Hernandez for a title fight. So, I think he wins this fight, and, you know, outside of something weird happening, it just feels like it should be a Fluffy play.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. And I did the same, like, sort of roller coaster. I was like, Brendan Allen is good, though. He was just on a 6-fight win streak.
I mean, and I know it's Paul Craig, but he made Paul Craig look fucking stupid.
He made Muniz look stupid, too. Muniz at that time was like the BJJ world, you know. So I get it. But if he, you know, if he slowed down like he did against Imavov, like that was an embarrassing loss.
And I think
because it was just like the takedown entries were getting worse and worse, and he just started to look desperate, and it was like sad. But Imavov just knocked out Izzy, so it's like, all right, you know.
And he had that, you know, I'll be better. Oh, that's not who I am. I'll be better. It's like, well, it's typically who you are, but not a lot of people. Anytime you hear that, I'll be better next time, it usually doesn't really work out. But what was I going to say? I had something good that I was going to say about Brendan Allen, and then you mentioned the Muniz fight. Fuck, what was I going to say? Damn, I knew I had
on the
something
casino
good too.
floor against Marvin Vettori, where he's wearing some wild ass outfit.
No, I really did have something good I was going to say. I was excited because I almost interrupted you to say it, and then I was like, I'll let you. And that's why I need to interrupt people, because then I forget.
There we go. $7,200 in DraftKings Fantasy for Brendan Allen. If you think he has any success at all, that might be worth some money. $7,200, a very low price point for a guy as established as Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen has obviously he's got more losses, especially in the UFC, than Anthony Hernandez does, but he has the better body of work. He's beat better people than Anthony Hernandez has. Anthony Hernandez's best win was his last win. Incredible win, but that was his best one, where Brendan Allen has definitely fought some of the better people.
Oh, this is what I was going to say. This actually is good. What I do worry about, too, for Brendan Allen is because somebody said it's going to be a club and sub. I worry the fact that I've played Brendan Allen by sub before, and I've hit it because I've mentioned he is a club and sub type. If he has somebody hurt, he wants to then initiate his instincts or to start grappling. Like, you drop to the floor, he's jumping on your back. He's not following up a TKO shots. And if you're against a guy like Fluffy and you hurt the guy, and then your instinct is to, I'm going to submit him, that's how Fluffy survives. Like, that's how, you might hurt this guy, but if you start scrambling, he's going to stay alive in the scramble. So even if Brendan Allen hurts the guy and his instincts is to all of a sudden start grappling, well, unless he snatches up that rear naked choke or something, I think Fluffy, so even if he hurts him, it's like his instinct is to start scrambling with the guy, and that's just what you don't want to do with Fluffy.
Yep, I hear you. It'll be an interesting fight. This is a great
Was that a good point? Was that a good
It was a good point. I hear you.
Thank you, man.
Listen,
Thank you, man.
This is a great co-main event.
Thank you, man.
This could be its own fight night main event, not just a co-main. But here we are, 3 rounds. I do think that's going to kind of matter here. But either way, this is a really good fight. And if you do want to check out all the picks, the bets, the tools, and everything else we have, not only for this fight, every other fight on this card, the next card, the card after that, and this card, next card, card after that, and the card after that. 4 cards for only $10. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. At the top, everything you could ever want or need. $1.99 from Aaron. Allen by body shot finish or club and sub. That goes right into what Jakey Boy was just saying.
That's why I read that, and then I was like, that's the issue. If I can.
Thank you, Aaron.